Hey yo, what up good people, it's your boy Siswa Mahai, the original superstar. I'm back again, ngibuye ngenye episode namhlanje ngihambile guys, anginayo budget. Kodwa manje ngifuna ukusixhasa ngapha ngifuna ukusponsorisha ngasinikeza inyuku. Ngiseshaka Marine namhlanje esezinimona emva kwami kubhizi naba abantu and the clip before ivezile ukuthi ngilana I'm here to interview omunye umjida mfethu oyi-ghost. So this guy has a brand, uzosichazela kabanzi yena ukuthi yini brand yakhe. Igama le-brand yakhe uBeez TheDesigner. So njengamanje ngiyongenela ngaphakathi asambeni siyoza ukuthi ubani ngibingelele sichazele kabanzi ukuthi how did he start ukuba i-designer and how does he sell his clothes, imali uyenza kanjani and what's more asazokwenza sambeni. Sabona good ayaphila ukraine ayaphila kakhulu guys ezingishilo ukuthi ngilana namhlanje ngizobona one of the best designers here in Durban nangiwela eduze kwami ngisena mina it's Beez TheDesigner kodwa kusezosho wena ukuthi igama lakho ubani mase esikhombisa nje around the shop esikhombisa ukuthi khona in exclusive kusebenza kanjani kuthungwa ke kwenziwani so ngisacela uyichaze kabanzi tell me your name ukuthi and please show me around the shop.
Not a problem. Okay. I've greeted you. Okay. Yeah, my name is Undumiswa Matotela. I'm a fashion designer by profession, and this is one of the shops that we occupy, La Eshaga Marini. And basically, La Escona, this is a working space. This is Nasolange Mova. And then most of the things as La Pampili are actually the ones that we create for your day-to-day clients. Like, okay, you can just come.
You can come closer so that you can show the view, okay?
For people that are actually coming to the beach, this is like your ready to wear. We have your beadwork lana. If you just want to look fresh, we have swimwear for kids. We have your.
I like this. Ungize, where is this?
You would love it.
Yeah.
We have your see-through cover-ups. We have your dresses. Basically, this is the range la where people can just literally just come in and you know buy your day-to-day stuff. Okay, yeah. Especially because on a beach, I mean, you find your shorts, you find a vest, your shorts for kids. Yeah, definitely. And then on the other side, la Espuma corner, we also then have your custom-made stuff.
Custom-made
stuff. So
by hand
from start to finish.
Okay, these are exclusives.
These are all exclusive. So some of these pieces have been worn before for other occasions. I mean, you've seen them with Angel Zuma, Amanya, they from
Angel Zuma from Mukok.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
This looks familiar. Has she worn this before?
No.
Not this one.
Not that one.
But there's a similar one to this one.
Yeah, there's a similar one to this one. But most of these pieces, this is the waiting. This is the waiting room for custom-made pieces. So once they are done, they are finished. They get to wait here, either for fittings or for collection.
So, am I rentings now? We
do rentals. But my rentals, we are not so big on them because my rentals we don't actually make stuff specifically for renting.
Okay.
It's usually from shows that we actually get to rent.
Okay, so how did this whole fashion designing thing come about? Designer. We had a brief conversation where you told me about Beyonce. So can you unpack that for me?
Yes, of course. I actually remember.
Let's take a seat.
Okay. Yeah, as I did say, it was actually when I first got my hands on one of her first live tours, and also just getting to see what happens behind the stage. I was so fascinated, and I saw myself working
like in the picture,
not necessarily in fashion, but just the, you know, I love the work ethic, yeah. And then up until her second album, which was like I Am Such a Fierce, and then she worked with a retired designer,
okay.
Who was Theory Magla, like took him out of retirement to come work specifically for
on
her
show
project, and he ended up designing 75 pieces.
75
also for music videos included, and then for the live tour. which
Sure.
was a success.
That's a lot of
And
work.
it was a lot of work, and he must have been paid a very good amount of money for him to come out of retirement to design
So
specifically.
there's a lot of money in this industry. Okay. Continue. You're gonna get there.
So maybe you've like seen her in those robotic outfits and the ones that.
Yeah.
So that was the work.
There's another picture. I think it's the latest album. It's Konyashi. It's gold. What's that?
Yeah. I don't get much into that. But
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
But just referring to the work of like Terry Magler. So I did my research on the guy, and I was like, this is really fascinating.
So your inspiration is that guy, Terry Magler.
Yes, Terry Magler. But I would have not known him if it wasn't for
Without
Beyonce.
Beyonce.
Yes,
Okay.
because for me to discover him, it was my love for Beyonce, following her and what she was doing, and then I think from there I then discovered my love for fashion through the whole process.
And then how did you develop the skill? When you went to school for it, or maybe your mom was a designer, or
Yo.
solution.
No. Wonke umuntu ekhaya has just been kwanesigi. Basic gospel ekhaya, khona odokotela ekhaya, khona amanesi,
Akula yini.
khona ama social worker, but wonke umuntu usesibhedlela nje, you know. Then kwafika mina ke but when I was in my 9th grade, I started.
That's grade 9, right?
Grade 9.
Before no 9, no 8.
9th grade, the 9th one. So I'm a sketch, like I started sketching. That time I was bored. It's like the first week when I'm supporting school my entire life. So the first week, cover, you know, but I'm cover about December.
Like,
the following year.
Like you did your amapu for the next year on December.
Yes.
So that January when you
We did the November. Actually, my grandmother used to buy everything on November. I did my covering goal.
That's nice. ISPCP.
Yeah. So but figure school and cover. I mean, I was really bored, and then I was like, you know what, let me just take to choir and I started sketching. Sketcher, and I was referencing this guy's work.
Okay, this fashion designer, the
Yes.
retired one.
Yeah, the retired one. And then waphela 72 page ngenza omunye.
72 page.
Yeah. Ngenza omunye. So ngagcina sengino edition 1 and edition 2. So the third book was edition 3 and with each edition
Sketching. What are you sketching?
for sketching, yes, I was sketching dresses.
Designs. Okay.
Then from dresses to swimwear, like I was just, you know, ngagcina sekuna 27 editions.
27.
Within a space of just a year, yes. And that was me doing grade 9. When I was doing grade 10.
So when you're sketching, you already have an idea from doing your research from that other guy who would see
So
what you're doing.
some reference. I would just literally just come up with
Just
something
flow.
to the point where I now started selling sketches to Amametrix. Yes. So it's Hamba Sodra is a different price. It's the front and the back is a different
You mind
price.
telling us the price? That's what expected.
Yeah, no. It was back then. I used to charge like 80 rand per sketch.
Yo, that's a lot of money.
Yeah. So basically, that's like 240 rand for all three, which is the back, the side, and thingy. And umasa say detailed for 50 rand ngaphezulu ngitshela ukuthi uziphulana, this is the fabric. And then must nombala futhi ngiyacharge futhi. So I used to make like a lot of money during those metric times because I used to sell sketches. Then they butcher my sketches. They have so mama lapana. I won't mention names, but yeah. Yeah, so by the time I'm Puma, like everyone was like, CAO, like, you know, like me, I was so relaxed. I just researched Kwalindiwe, I did a call, I was like, guys, what are your terms and conditions? Banchela, registration.
So you in the fashion school?
Yeah, fashion school.
Fashion school,
yes.
okay.
I had heard about her, and it was a more intimate private college. So I wanted to see my lecturer because that's how much I love fashion. I attend the class. Like, yes, I wanted somebody to get into my head, see the vision that I have with all these editions, and guide me through it. And like I literally did my research. Watching the show January, I told them, okay, I found the school. This is where I'm going. These are the prices. These are the prices. This is guys as a young kid because I really wanted this. Funny thing is when I wasn't ngisho ukuthatha ukudimofaya kwinalito ngithunge inkini novo, but my first project was to make a fully complete wedding gown.
So in school, and it's khona machine, khona yonke into practical.
Yes,
so
everything's
there's
practical.
practice every day makes perfect.
Yes.
So after you did your course, how did you start like getting into the industry? Because bakhona man, for example, teaching, we have a certificate and acting, your phone degree, but then there's this breakthrough young in the industry. And like know your work. How did you get yourself out there?
It's very different, yes, when you're studying for something where you are expecting to be hired. Then it's a different thing when you are studying something which you have options to either get hired or then hire yourself, so that you can hire other people.
You can either go to someone's firm.
Yes. So they teach us yonke into from pattern making, because pattern making has a lot of money, especially if you're working for somebody. It's got a lot of money. But it saves you a lot of money when you are able to make your own patterns, because when I hire them to do a pattern, they would probably charge me.
Patterns are actually hard to do.
They are hard to do.
They are hard. So even though I'm not a professional,
they are hard to do, but that was the first thing that made me. You discover a lot about yourself. Fashion school. I discovered that I love pattern making more than local machining. So which is why, which made things easier and for me to be more creative, because I was able to make my own sketches, then interpret the pattern from there, and to redesign the pattern, But I think what made it easier for me to break through the industry was the fact that my mom didn't want me to do the fashion. She wanted me to go into anything or something special.
She don't do the basics. Look because no one has done fashion in Kagin. Now
nobody had actually done something so it was an eye-opener. Yeah, so when it happened, my mom gave me the way she wanted me to stop fashion. When I was doing my second year, she gave me an ultimatum. She was like, it's either I stop paying for iskole or I stop paying for a flat. You choose. I was like, okay, I've got a good relationship with my lecturer. He'll understand if there are other payments I missed, but I can always cover it. But a flat, you almost so that is what happened. That's when I know pay for my flat, escalating so it made me then do for extra classes
and then do more work.
So that I can start taking any clients, even when it's just before time. I used to do something like my 3rd years. I mean, I say first year because I was pushed.
You need to get some coins.
To get some coins. So the point was when it happened that I was graduating.
You ended up graduating.
I paid for everything. Yes, I did graduate.
Thank you.
So I paid for everything myself.
With the things we were doing in school.
Yes. From my graduation gown to my hood to Tinaga, we also had were compulsory tickets that we had to buy. Commitment fee, all those things. Yes.
Okay, so Beez Couture ne Inkosana. What's the difference between those two?
Okay. Beez Couture is the mother brand of which Nagaziwa ngayo nanani, and I would always throw in male stuff here and there, but because it was mainly advertising females, because that is.
So when you were only doing female stuff.
Yeah, because that was my expertise. Yeah, but even the twags or funga male things. Classy gang over that day because it was not really, I didn't want it. I didn't like it because then old fashion wasn't as broad as it is now. So again, it was just like so when this suit the tool shit blue, but now with fashion evolving, I was like, oh, there's a there's the but I think when people ask me countless times to do a collection my males with Beez. In 2020 when I had a lot of time to myself, instead of just doing one collection, why don't I just do a male brand?
Yes. To a different person.
Yes, so which is why it's Inkosana by Beez. So it's basically it's a subdivision. Even though it's on its own, but it's a subdivision which is still like a baby Beez Couture.
So at the DFF a couple of months ago.
Yes.
What's the pressure of DFF? Because no one lapana Is my time what's what? So what's the pressure of DFF? And then after DFF, ngomchazela kabanzi ngama outfits akho eDurban July ukuthi inspiration yini. Because ngiyazi vele ukuthi kusuke kunelokuzana as in like tag so but then wena ngaze sawakho acishe efane nje angazi indlela yakho nje wenza ngayo wena usuke udaki ngomchazela ngeDFF. What's the pressure behind DFF?
Okay, I did a DFF debut yami yokuqala ngo-2022.
2022. And how was that?
It was amazing. There were so many nerves, but it was amazing. But already that time I was already quit DFF as one of the suppliers, the store.
Already, the store in Mlazi.
Yes.
Oh.
And but like the store the midway. And then once, because I was supposed to do a Beez Couture, like I made them change the entire poster. So they keep it, not Beez Couture. I'm like, no, I'm getting Nkosana. So they changed the entire poster. Before I get Nkosana because I was like, no, this is basically, Nkosana needs this for e-expose. So so I actually showcased Nkosana, and from there they changed me from a midway to a mega city because it's a bigger store. They were like, no, you deserve to actually be. But since then until now, then I never actually now got to showcase again with DFF for various reasons, of which I want to keep here private. Yes, but the pressure is amazing.
So lapana utungi ngubengak. Do you like send out clothes you already have? Or there's like a theme you need to sew.
Even though each person has their own theme, but we are theme a guideline for the entire show. But with the number of clothes, it depend. Like you guys are like ranked. Am I young designers? Then there's upcoming. Then there's established. So range could depends on, because also look at the time you experience in making. Experience. So you can make anything from 5 to 20 to 30.
True.
Depending on lots of super sneakers.
You need a whole team to do that.
Yeah, you need sometimes not even a whole team. You just need a lot of time.
Nice cuts, basically, so
that's nice cuts, yes,
and everything. Because it's like Puma late.
Yes.
Okay, let's go to Durban July. How's your experiences in Durban July? So I've never been to Durban July.
Wow. Okay.
How's your experience?
I started Durban July in 2015. I was still in fashion school by then. Now because I had to represent the class lab.
I was already pushing.
So I had to go represent. And I think what made me want to go back again and again and again, because the first year in I was very inexperienced, and we matric dance which now I sketch and the guy pushed it a bit, but but what happened was I got a lot of exposure.
Okay.
A lot.
Oh, at your first Durban July?
First Durban July. I was still in school, and abantu bangasekhaya then were like, so I was this. I was like this celebrity. I was on Isolezwe, but the one thing that was out was SMTV, because I got my first TV interview with SMTV.
Sure.
And people are just like, no, he's a
fashion designer.
And as much as my mom didn't want to admit it, still she didn't want me to do fashion, but because of the pressure of people who were so proud of me more than she was, she just had to kind of give in, because she wasn't gonna be like choose for me forever.
Okay, before we close,
yes.
How much money is in this industry?
The fashion industry is one of the globally.
Yeah, globally.
It's one of the industries that actually have the biggest revenue. We're not talking about billions, so much trillions.
Trillions.
Annually.
You do like oil. Okay. How much are you making?
But what happens is, before we figure that, what happens is, we're in my countries, like, there's four fashion capitals, but we Lana, like there's a lot to be discovered. Like we're only getting just a piece of the pie. So yeah, so when a person makes their first million, it's like, oh my god, like these are things like I'm a Christian Louboutin, they get to make like in a week or in 3 weeks because
even in a day.
Yeah, like like with them fashion, they've branched out a lot, and so for them it's very easy to say we're gonna be dressing Beyonce, and then as soon as people like takes it off, it goes on auction for like 2 million, and somebody should buy it just because.
So the value of the brand keeps on growing.
Every time.
Teaching our culture, you have a lot of international customers. Man, basasabla abantu abathenga laba phesheya noma basuke belayisha kaMarini.
Yeah, basuke bezeshaka. We get a lot of tourists, especially abafika nge-MSC and other cruise ships. Befika la bezothenga. So what happens is they do buy with dollars, of which we are always like later. So we do have dollars stashed somewhere in the shop, and
see, we need to find these dollars before we leave.
And they are then the ones that will place orders before they leave. Abanye, they don't have enough. Like people that will like a jacket, they're like, oh my god, we are leaving. They were like, no, we do Korean like nationwide. So Utoluguti, they're gonna be leaving tomorrow. We get to make up like a pair of shorts, the jackets, or like 2 jackets or 3 jackets. We carry them to France. They show their friends. We get more orders back. So basically, but I wouldn't be able, like credits to Shaka Marine, I wouldn't be able to get international customers if it wasn't for Shaka Marine.
Shout out to Shaka Marine. Because to Shaka Marine. There's a dolphin who passed away.
Yeah, dolphin who passed away. Oh, Gambit passed away. So, the family is dying, but not just half of it. So, now they are strong. Yeah, guys. Again, there's something
why?
Yeah?
There was a funeral.
Hey, that's busy. Hey, to see that.
For real?
Kidding.
Okay, cool for your time. So like if maybe they want to follow the shop or know more about your clothes and what you do, well, you can just have a look at the camera and just tell me details.
Okay. Yes, Tola Esha Marini shop D12. We are between KFC and Nando's. You can also find my clothing at the DFF Emporium in Mlazi, Mega City. You can also find Impakazet Food at the souvenir shop North Beach, and then you can also get us on Facebook. It's Beez Couture, and then Inkosana by Beez, 2 different brands. You can also get us again on Twitter. It's Beez Couture, Instagram Beez Couture, and then you also have Inkosana on Twitter. Also on TikTok, it's Beez TheDesigner.
Janko, it's your boy Fiso Amhai, the original superstar SMTV Plus. Thank you.